Hello, my favorite students. Today we're going to be working on research journal number 4, which is right here. If you click on that, you open it up, and then right here underneath research journal number 4, it says to find an article on the internet or a book from the cart or library that relates to your problem. Complete a journal entry. Use a citation machine to complete your citation. For example, you can use Purdue OWL MLA citation machine. So let's say I want to use that one. So I'm going to click on it. And it comes up right here and it says cite your source automatically in MLA. So I'm going to go find a source. And a lot of you, as I was looking through your problems, a lot of you listed natural disasters as a problem, but you want to make sure you're more specific when you're doing your research. So off of that, I decided to research preventing the damage caused by earthquakes. So, building earthquake safe homes. I'm going to look that up. So now I need to find an article that seems reliable that will probably give me the information I need, not biased. Well, nothing's not biased, but as little bias as possible. So this one actually looks pretty interesting. Methods of reducing earthquake hazards, interpreting recorded ground motions. This is from the Encyclopedia Britannica, which I think should be reliable. Let's see what. There's a lot in here. You know what? I'm gonna just go with that this is too much information and we're gonna try something different. Let's go back. That's a .com, probably not the best. Measures to minimize the effects of an earthquake. Before. Beware of an earthquake. During, after. Seismic network. It's a .edu. It looks weird though. Let me see. Earthquake safety and preparedness. That's probably a good one. Partnership to mitigate disasters and save lives. Okay, this even looks like it might be an organization that you could even send a letter to. Okay, so now, yeah, and then 7 steps to earthquake safety. So I actually want to cite this entire website. So I'm going to click this. I think it'll work for me. I'm going to come over here and click right here. And notice you can change it to book, journal article, whatever. And I would click cite. Website. And then that's my website, so I'm going to click select it. What? So they filled in all this information for me. I'm just going to make sure it's right. And then I'm just going to add, they want me to add some of this information. So article title, home, contributors. There's not, let me see if there's any about maybe? Or our mission. So I'm going to click on staff. I'll put James M. Wilkinson as our author. It's always good to have an author. Wait, where did it go? Okay. James M. Wilkinson. Publisher or sponsor. Central United States Earthquake Consortium. It's in Tennessee. Central United States Earthquake Consortium. And then the date it was published. I'll click on home, see what it says. clearly recent. We'll just put 2020. Just put today's date. And then it is a timestamp. I don't know what you put there. Okay, create citation. Okay, there's my citation. So I'm going to copy it. And then I'll come over here to my research journal, which I actually haven't pulled up. So hang on just a minute. Research journal. Oh, you really need. Okay. The correct one is in all caps. We're going to say I don't know for sure. Yep, there we go. That's the correct one. So I'm going to scroll down to day 4. Waiting, scrolling, paste. Okay. Then I also want to explain why I think it passes the CRAP test. I couldn't really find a date, so it doesn't necessarily pass the currency, but it's definitely reliable. It's Central United States Earthquake Consortium. It exists. The author, they clearly have a good purpose. So, well, it isn't necessarily current because it doesn't have a date on the website. It is reliable because people rarely use this website and this organization to help with earthquake damage. Also, it has authority because people do use it. Also, its purpose is not selfish because I think I saw a thing for like events. They really are trying to help people. It is only biased towards preventing earthquakes, and it doesn't seem to be attacking anything. Therefore, the bias isn't very strong. That's why this source passes the test. Okay. And then again, you don't have to do thieves. I would explore the article, summarize it, paraphrase something, include any quotes you think you would want to need or use. Explain what interests you about this, what do you like or dislike about it, how would you use it, and then what is the problem this article represents, and how does this problem apply in West Jordan or at another local or community level. So again, this comes back to making sure you're specific. And then have somebody look back over it, make sure you did it correctly. You don't really need to worry about this one anymore. And then you're done with day 4. Yay! And thank you for watching this video. I appreciate your patience and your attention. It's been a glorious morning, and have fun. Oh, one more thing. Last time we learned about bias. If you want to click on this link, you can go learn more about bias. Also, easybib.com is the same thing. So it will even check your paper, so you can copy and paste your paper into it. That's nice, so then I don't catch it, and then we don't have an awkward conversation. Yeah, it works the same as Purdue OWL. Oops. Here you go. Where did it go? There it is. Yeah. So same idea. You put your website in, and then it you can make sure it asks you all those credibility questions. So you can scroll through that, and then it'll cite, and then you say, mm, um, James M. Wilkinson. I'd rather put the full acronym. What does this thing stand for? Central United States Earthquake Consortium. We're going to leave that off now. Well, we'll put 2020. Okay. And then here you go. MLA 8. Copy selected. And then you can go paste it. So same idea. Okay. So have fun. See you later.